The doctor who performed the abortion in Indiana for the 10-year-old rape victim sent a legal cease and desist letter to Indiana's Republican Attorney General for defaming her on Fox News and saying that she failed to report the abortion and could be criminally charged. So here's the scoop. We've reported on the horrific situation where the 10-year-old girl from Ohio was raped, and because she discovered that she was pregnant at 6 weeks and a few days, she wasn't able to get an abortion in Ohio, which has a strict trigger law banning abortions after 6 weeks. So the 10-year-old rape survivor, she went to Indiana to get an abortion, since, for the time being, it's still legal in Indiana. The radical right fascist Republicans and the fascist news network called Fox tried to discredit the 10-year-old girl by claiming that her story was fake and that she was a liar. However, the rapist was arrested, which had more credibility to these radical right fascists than the 10-year-old rape victim. So realizing that they were caught defaming the 10-year-old rape victim, the GOP fascist deflect and distract machine, they changed course and defamed the female OBGYN who performed the procedure on the 10-year-old girl. Indiana Republican AG Todd Rokita went on Fox and gave statements elsewhere that the OBGYN from Indiana, Dr. Kaylin Bernard, failed to report the abortion to both the Departments of Health and Child Services within the required time frame under an Indiana law which requires the submission of terminated pregnancy report. Can we just reflect for a second how absurd and disgusting it is that a law like that exists in the first place? But anyway, the terminated pregnancy report is public record, and indeed Dr. Bernard filled out the form and filed it within the correct amount of time. We know this because there's public record of the form, and just a 1-minute search by the Indiana Republican Attorney General would have shown this. Further, Dr. Bernard's employer, Indiana University Health, conducted an investigation and found that Dr. Bernard did nothing wrong at all. But, of course, the fascist Republicans aren't after the truth. The Republican AG wanted to use his position to dox, harass, and shame Dr. Bernard, to destroy her life and career, and to send a message to all other doctors considering performing abortions in the state. But Dr. Bernard is standing up to the authoritarian Republican AG and sent a cease and desist letter on Friday. The letter stated, "Please cease and desist from making false and misleading statements about alleged misconduct by Dr. Bernard in her profession, which constitutes defamation per se. Moreover, to the extent that any statement you make exceeds the general scope of your authority as Indiana's Attorney General, such a statement forms the basis of an actionable defamation claim." The cease and desist further stated, "Your false and defamatory statements to Fox News on July 13, 2022, cast Dr. Bernard in a false light and allege misconduct in her profession. Even after the release of the TPR, the terminated pregnancy report, through public record request, confirming that Dr. Bernard fully complied with all applicable reporting laws, your subsequent statements to local and national news sources on July 14, 2022, further cast Dr. Bernard in a false light and mislead consumers and patients. And, given the controversial political context of the statements, such inflammatory accusations have potential to incite harassment or violence from the public." A spokesperson for the Attorney General's office responded to the news, inquired about the letter, and said that their office has not reviewed it yet. The spokesperson for the Attorney General's office said, "Like any correspondence, it will be reviewed if and when it arrives. Regardless, no false or misleading statements have been made." So let me get this straight. The fascist Attorney General said that they didn't read the letter, which clearly points out that the protocols were filed. But even though they didn't read the letter, no false statements were made. I mean, this shouldn't surprise you, unfortunately. I mean, this is what fascists do. They lie about everything. Lie, 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 and just hope people forget. But not anymore. Not here. Not on the MeidasTouch network. We're calling you out, and our subscribers and viewers are calling you out. We don't forget, and we don't let you off the hook. We expose you, and we won't stop. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel. Thank you.